I'm going to tell you from the beginning, this video is going to seem crazy because I'm going to mention like a lot of books that I'm thinking about reading this month, and it's not possible that I'll read all of them. It's just not possible. But we're going to see how many of them we can read. And some of them are books that we really want to read this month for one reason or another, so we'll talk about why that is. But aside from that, give me some grace, please. These are titles that I want to read. Some of them are going to get read in February. Some of them might not get read until March. Some of them may just be hanging around on the TBR for a really long time. But I intend to read them soon. So here are the titles. Hi friends, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for opening and clicking a video from me listing books that I want to read that you just know I'm not going to read all of them. But I will tell you this, I did really well with my January TBR. And maybe that's why I'm here to do even better in February. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, here are the books that I'm hoping to read, looking at reading, thinking about reading in February. This list is my February TBR. First is a book that I don't yet have. It is Diasporican. This is the RunwrightReads book club pick for February. And I know it says it's a cookbook, but it's more than just a cookbook. It is going to be an exploration of Caribbean, Puerto Rican heritage and culture and food. So we are reading this book. We're reading this cookbook for a book club discussion. And it's going to be great. I know it's going to be great. I have a copy coming from the library, so more on that later. So February, as you know, is Black History Month. And so I have a couple of books that I am reading with groups, reading with other people, and books that I'm hoping to explore for myself to learn a little bit more about Black history. First book is A Mercy by Toni Morrison. I'm going to be buddy reading this with Heidi from My Reading Life and Doris from Aldi Books and Patrice Jones, who is an awesome subscriber. Hi ladies. So we're going to be reading this book together in February, which also suits a couple of my purposes because I'm trying to finish reading all of Toni Morrison's books. So this checks off several boxes for me. So I'm going to be reading this in February. I'm pretty sure we're going to be reading that in February. I'm also participating in a buddy read discussion with Rosalie and Columbus. Neither of them have their own booktube channels, but they read a lot. They watch videos here and they comment, so you guys may know them. We're going to be reading Winesburg, Ohio. Also don't have a physical copy yet, but it is available on Project Gutenberg if you are looking to pick up a book of interlinked short stories. It's available on Project Gutenberg, and I also have a hard copy coming from my library, so I'll show you the picture right here, but I have a copy coming to me. Then I started another read aloud, read along. I'm going to be reading this book aloud on my YouTube channel, Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. I have read a couple of books out loud here on the channel in the past, and a lot of people love those videos because not everyone can interact with print media, and some people like to have books read out loud because it helps to see someone reading, not just to hear an audio version. So these videos I have heard are helpful for some people, so I'll keep doing them. And because it is Black History Month and this is a favorite book of mine, I'll be reading it out loud, and hopefully it will help lots of people, and even the people who don't need it, even for the people who these videos are not a necessity. I hope you'll enjoy reading along with me. If you have a copy, you could just listen to me read and read along with me and share that experience with me. But yeah, I'm going to be reading this out loud on my YouTube channel in February, so I'm adding it to my TBR because that's one of the things that I'm hoping to do in my reading this month. Then aside from that, some really exciting news happened. Today, the BookTube Prize long list was announced. The BookTube Prize is the bookish prize that booktubers and book enthusiasts work to judge. So we read books that were published the previous year, so books that were published in 2022, and there are there's a nonfiction category and a fiction category, and I try to alternate. So I sign up as a judge for both fiction and nonfiction, and then depending on how the ballots are assigned, I may get a nonfiction round to judge like I did this month. And so over the next 2 months, I'm going to be reading these 6 books to judge them. So I'll tell you that I'm reading them, but I won't be able to discuss them until when the round wraps up. So these are the titles: In Love, Manifesto, Solito, Stay True, Dinners with Ruth, and Buster Keaton. These 6 books I'm going to be reading over the next 8 weeks or so. So I don't have to buy any of these books because, fantastic news, my library has all 6 books in stock. Is that what you say for the library? On the shelves? I reserve them is what I'm saying. And I'm first in line for 5 of the 6 books and third in line for the 6th book. So hopefully these books will come to me very soon so I can start reading, because it's one of my goals. It's one of my reading goals. It's one of my goals for this year to finish all the books at least a week before the ballots are due. So I'm going to try to read as many of them as I can. Or as much of this list as I can in February. So adding all 6 books to my February TBR, just because if I could get through all 6 books this month, that would be fantastic. Then it would leave me, with a lot of time to read other things in March. But it's also unlikely that that will happen. But I'm putting the 6 books on here just because I don't know which books will come in first and which one I'll start with, and so on and so forth. So those are some new books that are coming onto my TBR in February. I also have a few books that were on my January TBR that I didn't get to, so carrying those over and adding them here. And that includes Devil in the White City by Eric Larson, Spare by Prince Harry, The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams, as well as A Passage to India by E.M. Forster, and The Wonderful Adventures of Mrs. Seacole in Many Lands by Mary Seacole. And then I have a few titles that I'm hoping to get to for Black History Month, because I just want to read more books. I want to read all the books by Black authors, right? So I have these titles that I picked up from the library: Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, and Giovanni's Room and Go Tell It on the Mountain, both of these by James Baldwin. So a lot of titles, I know. A lot of titles. And then one more, just one more. I'm adding Elena Knows by Claudia Pinheiro. This is an Argentinian author, and this one is a book that's on my list that I picked out from Britta's 1001 books. So I'm trying to read at least one of Britta's books every month. So this one I'm adding here just because also it's short. It'll be really easy for me to just kind of like push this in between reading some other things. So in order for me to meet my challenges, I need to be working on them like progressively. So adding this, because I should have at least one of these books on my TBR every month in order for me to meet that challenge of reading 10 of those books over the year. So most of the other challenges that I have are kind of inserted into this video at some point. Like I have some books here from my shelves, and I have some books here that are on my year-long TBR. So also needed to add this because of that list challenge. And I'm going to make progress on my completest challenge to read, by the authors that I have set aside to read all of their works. Will be advanced by reading this one. So yeah, just want to make sure that I'm covering all of my bases with this TBR video. And then of course, if I finish these, surprise, surprise, if I finish all of those, then I have this other stack. If I get to those, then I'll add these. So if I finish my TBR or make like really significant progress on it, then a second TBR video for February will come to you, because those are the books that I'm looking at reading in February. I know it's crazy, but you come here for the craziness, because this is not new and you are here, so you must love it. You must love it like I do. Either that or you love me. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And we'll be back soon with another video. My January recap is coming soon. I hope you'll join me for it. If you aren't yet subscribed, please subscribe, because I have lots of videos coming and I want you to get notified when the videos come out so you won't miss them. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Let's chat in the comments. Let me know one book that you're reading for Black History Month in February. Let's chat about it. Maybe it's a book that I haven't yet read and you can tell me why you picked it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until we come back for another video, happy reading. Bye.